Good morning. Hi, it's me again. It's been a little bit since I've posted, but that's because I moved recently, and so I've been trying to get things settled. But I have been dying to film something, so here I am. And I figured, why not kill two birds with one stone? It's a very violent metaphor now that I think about it. But I am going to be getting ready for work, so I figured I would film it. That way you guys can see what I do, how I get ready for work, and just kind of, get an idea of what products I use for every day, all that kind of stuff. So here I am. We're going to start with foundation. Usually I do have a primer that I like to use. However, I don't know where it's right here. This one, the Evermatte primer by Becca. If you guys have never tried this one, it's great for filling in pores. Not that I have pores. I mean, you can... Do I have pores? I don't know. You tell me. I think I have pores. I've been told by a lot of my coworkers that I don't have pores. So, take that with what you will. I always like to do it right around the nose over here. Just because otherwise, things tend to move on me. And especially right now with the masks, because COVID's still a thing. We're still being safe. I don't do a whole lot of makeup around here, so I gotta make sure the nose is good, because otherwise makeup will rub off. Start with some foundation. Usually for foundation, if I'm going to work, I will be using the Clinique Even Better foundation for two reasons. One, because it is one of the closest shade matches I've gotten in a foundation, and also because I sell Clinique and I want to be able to speak to the products that I sell. They send it to me for free though, so I can't be too mad. So blend that out. And I like to keep it very natural during the day, in terms of like my skin and everything, but I will do a little bit of a bolder eye just because I, again, like to show what I can do. Half the time I feel like people who come into work, if they see a guy, they assume he doesn't know what he's talking about. Because maybe that's me, maybe I'm biased, but I've had a lot of people say things like, oh, well, I want someone who actually uses these products to talk to me about how they work, not someone who doesn't. And it's like, I use more of these products than half the people that work here. We shouldn't judge people. Their situations are different than our own. But yeah, second thing I usually use is this Curvy Contour Clinique Sculpting Contour. I use this in my Clinique video as well. I like this quite a bit because it's really natural in terms of a contour. I use it more of like a cream bronzer. I just do it in like the hollows of the face. Shake a little bit right around here. There we go. And then with this, I will just use the same sponge to blend it out. And I like it because it just blends in really even and really soft, so I don't have to like do too much work with it. I'm using the Kimchi Beauty Sponge, by the way. If you haven't tried the Kimchi Beauty Sponge, it's amazing. Kim, if you're watching, which I seriously doubt she is, but if you are, I won a contest from you like last year where I won one of everything in June. It was right around my birthday, so it was an amazing birthday treat. And I just want to say thank you because everything has been amazing. I love it. It's all in my kit. I freelanced it. It stays there because it's just so good. And this sponge is definitely one of those things that I just could not. I don't think I could do makeup without it. And you might have noticed I haven't put anything here down. That's because I just feel like, what's the point? It's gonna get covered anyway. Last thing I want is makeup sitting on my face that's covered. That will just lead to breakouts. So there's that. Now I'm gonna do some concealer. I think for today I want to do a really bright concealer, so I'm gonna use the Camo Concealer by e.l.f. This is the mattifying one. I do have the hydrating one as well, but right now I'm gonna do the mattifying, and I want a lot of brightness. See? There, color balance. And then do under the brow. I just use the doe foot to carve out the brow because I don't need anything special fancy. And because of the fact that I did move recently, a lot of my makeup is packed away in my freelance kit and it stays there. I don't want to unpack it because I do plan on moving in a couple months. I'm going to be moving to California, following my dream, moving out to LA. So I don't want to unpack everything. I just have a couple things pulled out. There we go for the contour highlight. Gonna do that. And then do a little bit more here. There we go. I always kind of feel like I look like a superhero with this on like this. And you might have noticed I haven't cut yet. That's because in real time, I want to show you how I get ready, how long this stuff actually takes. It doesn't take me a whole lot of time to get ready. I actually do usually get ready in about 10 to 20 minutes, which I believe is pretty normal for most people. I probably take a little bit of extra time to get ready just because it's part of my job to sell cosmetics and recommend it. Wow, that light is really bright. Can you even see anything? Let me just... Don't worry about that. There, that's a little better, right? Let me just... light. Oh, watch the camera. No, that's not good. Okay. Alright, we're gonna keep it like that. I will probably cut that out. Alright, so the concealer is pretty much blended. The under eye, I'm not sure if you can see. It's a little rough, but I always put shadow under my eye, so I'm not too worried about it. But that's my basic everyday like face. I don't like to do anything too crazy. And I'm not going to set with powder yet. I'm actually going to go right in with my eyeshadow because I don't want things to shift or get fallout. So if I get fallout, I can just buff it away. Today, I've been thinking about it today over the last couple days. I'm going to use two different palettes. I'm going to use the Soft Glam from Anastasia. It's one of my favorites. I use it all the time. And the Naked Ultraviolet. So I want to do something that was very orange and pink, or purple, orange and purple, because I just feeling that today. Alright, now for the eyes, I like to start with a cream base if I want a lot of impact, especially on the lid. And with these purple shadows and the ultraviolet, they can be a little bit on the sheer side. So I'm going to put this liner down first. It's the Intense Plum from Clinique. I'm going to do that on the lid just a little bit to help add a little bit of contrast. I usually do this if I want more of like a smokier, darker look, and I just do like the first third of the eye, so that way when my eye is open, you can still see all of it. I don't want to go too far into the crease. And I like to do this one because it's like a bluish purple, so it really accents my blue eyes, but it also gives a lot of depth to the purple I'm going to use. Here we go. See that? Really soft, really simple. And it just helps really make the colors pop. You can't see that at all, can you? God, this light is really harsh, isn't it? I'm totally washed out, aren't I? I'm still getting the hang of the lighting thing. Normally I have beauty lights that I use. Right now I'm using a lamp that I've been using for a while to get ready. That should be good, right? Yeah. And then just blend it out. Is this the minutes I said? Nope. I'm blind, by the way. Not sure if you guys have seen my Instagram. If you have, thank you. But I wear glasses because I am pretty sure I'm legally blind. Like, I can't read this. Well, I can read that, but like, nope, can't read it. I'm blind. What can I say? For the purple, I'm gonna grab this brush here and let's do Purple Dust. That's this one here. That one looks good, right? I'm assuming Purple Dust or Euphoric, but I think today's a Purple Dust kind of day. Grab this right here. I'm just gonna pack that on where I put that liner. And then up on the whole lid. The reason I do this first as opposed to my crease is because I want this to blend into the crease, and it will do that by just having it be near it. See how bit of a difference that liner makes on the lid, right where we put it? And then we go right into. Let me turn this off for a second. Can you guys still see? Probably not. Nope, you can't see. Sorry. Lighting's not the best, but you know, you'll work with what you got, right? I would love to do natural lighting, but I just don't have that option where I am right now. The two windows that are in my room, one faces east, one faces west, and there's no counter space near them, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. What I always do to help with that is I will do my makeup here, which I'm at a desk right now, facing the wall. And then I will, once I'm done with my makeup, I'll go bring my mirror over to the window and look at it in natural light. So I'm like, I gotta know. Because it happened to me a couple times where I was like in the middle, or I did my makeup and I was at work. And then all of a sudden I looked at myself and I'm like, oh, I'm orange. And that's not a cute look. Just looking for my towel. Don't know where that ended up, but oh well. I'm just gonna dust this here into the crease to blend it a little bit. Now, you may or may not be surprised, but I pride myself as being like a pond kid. So, because of that, I tend to go kind of dark on the eyes. Oh, I already love how that's looking. All right, let's grab our crease brush. This guy here. Just a big fluffy brush, doesn't matter. And I'm gonna grab, in this palette, the orange soda, because I want that more like pastel-y orange. And then I'm gonna deepen it with the burnt orange, I think. But I like to start with lighter and then work darker. See how that just mixes and makes just a beautiful blend? And then when it comes to my eyes, I always like to win it out because I have a really prominent brow bone. I have that caveman Neanderthal brow. So if I wing it out, it appears to be more subdued. And then I'll do a little bit under the eye. For that, I pinch it. If you ever want to do this, take your brush, pinch it, and just right in there. And I'm going to put probably that purple liner down here still to get more of that cohesion. But I just like it always makes it look a little bit more finished when you do the lower lash line. Not everyone I know does the lower lash line, but when you don't, it just, when you do it, it just changes the whole eye look. It looks more of like cohesive. Honestly, it just makes people feel like you know what you're doing more. So if you are not doing your lower lash line, get on it. Get on it. Get on it. Get on it. I sing a lot, by the way, in case you weren't aware. I know a lot of people who watch this probably know me in real life, and they do know that I'm a weirdo who sings a lot and is unapologetically myself, which, you know, I love you guys for that, but I'm hoping some of you have not met me before, because I'm hoping to reach some new people who are like, oh, hey, you look interesting and fun. And if you haven't, we're friends now. We're gonna be best friends because you're my best friend. You support me and I support you because I support everyone. I mean, you guys can't probably see my shirt, but I'm wearing my Black Lives Matter Science Real shirt because I do believe in people are people, and just because you have more melanin in your skin doesn't mean you're less of a person or anything like that. I know I speak from a place of privilege with that, but I just like to be very vocal about that, especially where I work. I am always very sensitive to that subject about that with our guests, because I know there's different struggles and everyone has, you know, a different lot in life. So you just gotta be respectful of that. Ask questions. There's nothing wrong with asking questions if you don't understand. I'm taking that orange soda under the eye with a denser brush to get more contrast and just following that little wing I made earlier with the liner. There we go. See? That's kind of what I wanted. I wanted bruisey purple with orange to make the blue just like jump out at you. I want more purple. I've decided. I am Justin and I am in charge of this show. Also, I'm not sure if you guys have watched my drag video, but I also do drag because I'm a homosexual and I wear makeup and therefore I have to do drag. It's like necessary. But my drag name is Cherry Babam. And I love doing drag so much because I love playing dress up. Oh yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. Let's grab a little bit of that burnt orange, like I said earlier, and we'll just deepen it right in here. Now, for the crease, if you ever want to deepen it, but you don't want to get too intense, take a flat brush like this, a dense brush, put it on one side, and then flip it so that side is up. Then you just kind of press it into the fold here, and you're just deepening the top, you're not deepening the bottom. And you can really control how much you're doing. There we go. Do I look like that bitch yet? I think I do. Alright, now it's time for liner. Yep, I already done with eyes. I do makeup pretty fast because I don't know, I just do. I don't sit and like get caught up. I'm gonna do my liner off camera because I have to get up close. I'm blind. I'm sorry. I'll be right back with my liner. Alright, liquid liner is done. Now this side always droops more than this side, so I always have to do my liner a little bit different on this side, but as long as it looks the same from afar, we're good. I'm going to use this black kohl liner from Wet n Wild, and I'm just going to do my waterline on the top really quick. If you don't do your waterline on the top, it really just makes any eye look pop that much more. Especially if you have a wing liner. It just closes that gap up, so it's just black right by the eye. Make your eyes look wider, everything pop more, the whole shebang. I'm gonna grab that purple liner again and just do the lower lash line. Oopsie, did a mistake. Yeah, it's fine, you can't tell. That's the thing about makeup. No one can know what's intentional and what's not. It's just like theater. Everything lives on the stage, so no one knows that what you're doing isn't intentional. Alright, I think that's good for the eyes. Now mascara. Now for mascara, I use this Lash Princess by Essence. I know everyone's obsessed with this mascara, and I am too, because it's bomb. I mean, like, look at this. I have long lashes already, but it's such a thin formula. Like, look at that difference. There we go. See? Eyes are done. Alright, so now that the eyes are done now, we're going to do the rest of the face. I'm going to grab my face palette. I use this Clinique Sun-Kissed Perfection face palette because it has my blush, bronzer, highlighter, and my setting powder in it. I'm just going to grab my little setting brush here, dip into that mattifying powder, and just set under the eyes really quick because that tends to crease. And because I'm so expressive, I always did forehead lines. So I'm just going to take my sponge, re-wet that on the forehead. Make sure there's no creases, because if you set a crease, it's there for good. There we go, that should be good. Grab this die and then just pat. I like to pat when I'm doing setting, because otherwise you can tug and pull, and that can cause issues. Dent down the nose. No one's like gonna see past here, so I'm not really worried about it, but they are gonna see down here. And I have a mask on, so I'm gonna do that. Okay. There we go. Now it's time for bronzer. For that, I use this little brush I got from the dollar store. It's Zebra Stripe. I love it. But I like how it's got this angle, so I can dip into my bronzer and just use that to hug my cheekbone really well. There we go. Do the same thing in the temples and work my way up to the crown of the forehead and all the way back into my 7 head. Temple, crown, back. And I do circular motions near the top here. I have such a large hairline because I think my hairline is receding. So I just kind of cover it with bronzer and it just looks a lot better. There we go. Now I'm going to take that same crease brush I had before and I'm going to grab that bronzer and do my nose. So for my nose, I start up here where my crease is and then I work down. My nose contour has been rivaled and envied by many. All those people who are like, I can never contour my nose. It's like, you're doing it wrong. You want to make a V on your nose. You want to pinch it. So going from the side here to the... There we go. I mean, no one's going to see past like a certain point, but you know, there you go. Nose contour's done. Now it's time for one of my favorite steps, blush. Use that same bronzer brush because I like to use it. I find it helps mix the products really well. And then for this one, I'll go back. I like a lot of blush. Don't judge me. If you're judging me, you have issues. I don't. I mean, I have issues. Don't get me wrong. Anyone will tell you I have issues. But, you know, who doesn't? That's just part of being a person. I almost said Herman because I was trying to say person and human at the same time. Are you a Herman? I'm a Herman. Herman merch coming soon. No, not really. I will probably only ever come out with merch if I have like 1 million subscribers because at that point, then maybe people would buy it. Other than that, I don't know. All right, so since it's a really harsh on the cheeks here, I'm just going to take my setting powder brush and just go over it. Grab some of that and just soften it. Probably doesn't look as harsh on camera, but in person, trust me, it's an orange cheek. All right, so now that I've done all my matte powders, now I'm going to do that cheek. Now I'm going to do my highlighter. Now for highlighter, I usually like to use this one in the palette here. It's the uplifting powder. I find it does work really well for like the whole face. I'll do like the crown of the forehead here and like by the top of the cheekbone because it's softer and more subtle, and a little bit right here to help catch the light. But then for like my highlight, I'll actually use a single shadow from Clinique. This is Daybreak. And then this one I find just gives me a little bit more of that oomph that I want. Right on the cheekbone. Right on the cheekbone. There we go. And if you guys ever want a type of video, let me know below. In the comments, because I'm open to anything. Whatever you guys want to see for me, let me know. Except for nudes. I don't do nudes. Unless you're on Grindr. So now I'm going to grab my flat brush. This brush here, it's one of my favorites. I got it in a Morphe brush kit. Wow. This is my old one. My new one is in my pro kit, but I like to use this one and just a matte brown shadow to do my brows. So I use this to fill it in and get good shape. I don't have a brow pencil right now. I mean, I do. It's just in my kit. Again, we're multi-adaptive right now because we're trying to work with minimal products. I've also used my contour to do my brows before, my cream contour. That works pretty well. There we go. There we go. Who's got a brow? Who's got a brow? I do. Oh, that's bright. All right. And so now from there, we're going to grab our Benefit Demi Brow Gel. And we're going to use that to fluff it up a little bit. Oh, there's some excess on there. Go down. And then go up. This just helps coat all the hairs. Go down. And then go up the direction of the brow. There we go. All right, and then last thing we gotta do is just setting spray, which I use the All Nighter Ultra Glow, which I'm almost out of, I think. Damn it. So then we just do, takes away any powdery look. We don't do anything with the lips because what's the point? And there we have it. This is my everyday makeup. I love to look really dewy, really hydrated. I am definitely more of a combo oily skin type, more normal now because my skin is really balanced. If you wanted, I'll do a skincare routine video. I'm happy to do that. But yeah, I'm really loving this look today. I do want more purple though. So this is usually what happens. I'll sit here and then I'll look at myself and I'll be like, I want more of this. So I'll grab a different brush, grab that Cyberpunk. And then we'll just put a little bit of that right in here. And then I'll just take a little bit of this Lucid. It's like a green tone. Put that right in the inner corner here. So just accent a little bit more. There we go. I just had an idea. This is dangerous when I get ideas like this. I'm going to take my highlighting brush, grab that Lucid color, put that on my cheekbone too, so that way I get more of like a green highlighter. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Who's a genius? I am. All right. That concludes the look for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm hoping to post this the same day I record it, but if not, you'll see it tomorrow. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Good morning.